Hey wild ones, this is Sarah from Sarah Lucky Wild here from the Costa Rica rainforest. One photograph, one wild moment, one truth, the jungle whisper. Let's go. Hey wild ones, Sarah here. As the sun slowly slips behind the mountains and the jungle begins its slow, beautiful handover from day to night. This episode is about that magical window at dusk when the toucans and aracaris are saying their loud, raspy goodnights and the night creatures are just starting to wake up. A few evenings ago, I was sitting on the deck when I heard a sudden commotion in the tallest tree right behind the house. I stepped outside and looked up. At first, I saw just a few collared aracaris hopping along a giant branch, chattering away and interacting like they were catching up after a long day. Then more arrived, and then more. And within minutes, there were maybe 15 or 20 of them, a whole lively flock silhouetted against the fading sky. It was one of the most entertaining things I've ever watched. One aracari seemed to be telling the whole group a story with exaggerated head bobs and loud calls, while a few others had clearly started their own side conversations, hopping to different parts of the branch and ignoring the main speaker. Some were preening, and a couple were just lounging like they were exhausted from the day's adventures. It felt like a family reunion where everyone was talking at once, laughing, teasing, and soaking up the last bit of daylight together. It was pure photographer magic. The light was dropping fast, everything was in silhouette, and they were constantly moving. I grabbed my camera, zoomed all the way in, and tried to capture the energy. The way their beaks caught the last rays of sun, the constant motion of the flock, the feeling of a lively gathering happening right above my backyard. I knew I wouldn't get perfectly lit portraits in that low light, but I didn't care. I just wanted to capture the pure joy of that moment. Then, as quickly as they arrived, the whole group lifted off in a burst of wings into the reserve, to their sleeping spots deep in the jungle. The tree went quiet, and the night insects started their chorus, and the transition was complete. Dusk here is this beautiful in-between time. The daybirds are wrapping up their stories, the night creatures are just beginning theirs, and for a few minutes the jungle feels like it's holding its breath before the next act. Watching those aracaris have their last hurrah reminded me of how important it is to savor the endings, to gather, to chatter, to connect, and then to let go and trust that tomorrow will bring its own unique and truly special magic. One frame, one goodbye. Sometimes the most beautiful moments happen right before everything changes, when a group comes together for the last, loud, joyful gathering before flying off into the night. If this episode stirred something in you and you're loving these moments, make sure to follow the podcast for more and come follow along on Instagram, X, and TikTok at Sarah Lucky Wild for the daily glimpses behind the lens. Or head to sarahluckywild.com for prints and more so you can bring this beautiful jungle home. Thank you for being here. Pura vida, wild ones. Let's meet back here for the next Dusk surprise.